guys, and welcome to my quest guide for the 2013 members quest, The World Wakes. So to start this quest, you need to come here, which is west of the Legends Guild and east of Manor Farm. To start the quest, there are no quest requirements and there are no skill requirements. There are no items required, but there are some things that you are recommended to bring. So there is a lot of fighting in this, so bring plenty of food, some stat boosting potions, whether it's overloads or a superset, prayer potions, and it is recommended to have at least 100 combat. So the enemies to defeat, we have a list here. You have to defeat 3 automatons at level 84 each. You need to beat Criara at level 210, General Grado at level 210, Krill at level 98, Zamoragul at level 98, and Enacra at level 98. So when you're ready to go, head west of the Legends Guild and come to this area and speak to Orlando Smith. Choose option 1. What are you up to here? And option 1 again, so you just need me to open the doors. And then choose accept quest. Once you finish with the chat, go east and open the doors. Go through the ancient doors. It'll be a little bit of a cutscene. Go through his chat again. And when you've got control, you have some items to investigate. So start in the northwestern corner and investigate the inactive obelisk. Just to the east of that, there is some stone carvings on the wall. Investigate them. Then in the northeast, investigate the clouded vials. There's also another stone carving right next to the clouded vials. Investigate that. Then to the southeast corner, investigate the dusty parchment. And then finally, investigate the shattered blade on the table to the south. Go through the cutscene. And after the doorway opens, head through to the new area and investigate the glothixian statue. After the cutscene and the chat, head east into the room and there'll be another little cutscene and you'll have 3 automatons to kill. The automatons are 1 of each style. Now they do have a special attack where when they hit the ground, it'll do quite a lot of damage to try and keep your distance if possible, or kill them as quick as you can. Make sure you go through the chat before you attack. If you attack before the chat is finished, then you will head out of the room again and have to come back in through the cutscene. So if you take out the Guardian first, because he's melee, that means you can keep your distance from the other 2. And their special attack won't hit you, which you can see right here. And then once they're all dead, there'll be another cutscene. and Sliske will appear. Go over and speak to Sliske. And then go through all his chat options. Option 3, I stand before you, do your worst. Option 1, what does this mean? Option 1, what do you mean trouble? Option 1, okay then. And there'll be another cutscene. Now it's a long cutscene and you can't skip it, so if you're not interested in reading it, just hold the spacebar down till it's done. When the cutscene's finished, there'll be even more chat. Choose option 1, what do you gain from telling me this? Then option 2, so how do I come into this? Option 1, I already know my decision. And finally option 2, I'd better get going then. Then he'll disappear and Criara and Commander Ziliana will appear. If they don't appear and you just get control and Sliske is still stood there, just speak to him again to trigger the cutscene. So after the cutscene, you'll need to speak to Criara. If you do need to bank, you can do it now and then come back in and get ready to fight Criara. So speak to him. Go through his chat, then choose option 3. Why are you following Ziliana then? And then option 3 again. If you want to get rid of me, you'll have to do it the hard way. After the chats, that will trigger the fight. So just attack Criara and get his health down as quick as possible. It is a lot easier than the God Wars dungeon version. Main thing you need to know is just to avoid the tornadoes flying around. So when they move, if they come near you, just move out the way. And once you've got his health down, he'll concede and you'll be able to move on through the door to the east. There'll be a cutscene and then you will see a puzzle in the middle of the floor. Go through the chat. And when you've got control and they disappear, walk around the other side to the eastern side of the puzzle. And you'll see a control panel. Click to activate the control panel and trigger another chat scene. Choose option 1, Gothix is in trouble, I'm here to protect him. Then click to activate the control panel again to start the first puzzle. So the idea of the puzzle is to create a path from the active dispenser to the green hole. So I will post a full solution of each puzzle on the screen. So if it's easier to pause and follow the finished solution, that's fine. Or you can follow along with what I'm doing on screen as well. Now, some of the blocks are rotating, usually the ones with the yellow and white balls in. Circular ones will rotate, so you can't change them. So just follow the path on the finished solution, and then when the path from the dispenser to the green dot is complete, then you just click on the dispenser to send the boulder. Now when the boulder is traveling, it will stop, so you do have to click a couple of times and keep an eye on the track, but we'll go through that when we get there. So the first dispenser is the top right one. So when your track is complete, just click on the dispenser to release the boulder. It will go around the first corner and stop. Now the round section just below it will rotate, so when that gives you a clear path, just click to release the boulder. You just need to time it right. Then it will stop again here on this conveyor belt kind of area. You can see the small arrows on it, so you'll need to release that when it's pointing down. So if it's pointing up, it will go back and your boulder will explode like that. If that happens, just click on the dispenser to release another boulder and start again. And once you get past the last obstacle, it will hit the green pressure plate, and that is the first puzzle complete. So now we need to start the next one. So once again, I will post the next solution on screen. It doesn't reset or go out. The track stays exactly as it was from the last one, so don't worry about changing it. You don't need to use the top right one again. So now we're going from the bottom right, and you can see the little green dot has changed, and that is up in the top left corner. So once you've got your track complete, then click on the dispenser in the bottom right corner. And it's the same idea as the last puzzle. So there is none of the rotating sections in this one. You just have one conveyor belt to skip through. So when it stops, just keep an eye on the conveyor belt and release the ball as it changes to the correct direction. So once the ball hits the green pressure area, then it will move on to the next one. So time to start puzzle number 3. And this time we are going from the top left corner to the pressure plate in the center. Same idea once again, just follow the track. When it's complete, click on the dispenser in the top left corner to release the boulder. And just the same as the previous two, click to release the ball when the path is correct. When the third boulder is in the correct place, we will start puzzle number 4, which is the final one, which is the bottom left corner. So, puzzle is on screen once again with the completed track. Follow the picture or follow along with me on screen. The green dot is on the right side in the middle now. When you've got the puzzle complete, click on the dispenser in the bottom left corner and just follow along exactly the same as we've done in the previous 3 puzzles. So this time when the boulder hits the correct location, it will start a cutscene. It does take a little bit longer to get through this because it does stop a little bit more often on this track. But once it's done, just sit back and get ready for a cutscene. Keep going through the chat, and then when you have control again, you will need to investigate the strange map on the eastern wall, which is the big circular thing. Now it's time for a puzzle. Now the idea behind this puzzle is to create balance. So each of the questions will give you 25% in either chaos, order, good or evil. And you have to balance the questions. So when you've finished all 4 questions, you have 50% in each. So there are too many questions to actually list on here. So I will link the wiki page with all the answers in down in the description below, so you can follow along and make sure you get it correct. If you click on the incorrect answers and one of them ends up over that little line in the middle, then you will have to redo it again. But don't worry if you get it wrong, because you can just redo it. So because this is different for everyone, I will suggest pausing the video here, using the wiki page that is linked in the description below to get yours correctly, and then press play again once you've got balance on your puzzle. So once you've completed the puzzle, you'll get another little cutscene. Go through the chat. You'll get some options and you can choose any of the options that you want. However you want to raise morale in your group. Keep going through the chat and choosing your own options. And then once it's finished, you will have another task to complete. So this little box will show up in the top of the screen. You just have to drag the pictures into the correct place. So when you hover over the symbol on the top side of it, it will give you a quote, and you just have to match the correct quote with the correct people. I will post the solution on screen so you can just follow along with it. So when you've completed it, just go through the chat and then speak to Juno. Choose option 1, I finished setting up. And then option 1 again, I'm happy with the formation for now. Go through the cutscene once again. So just wait for a minute and make sure you've gone through all the chat. When you get the message saying the first wing has been broken, then it's time to go and fight. So at this point, if you need to bank, you can go and bank and come back in ready for the fights. If you are ready to fight already, then it is time to enter the first section. So the first entrance is the one with Kaeldar and Tharisk, just to the north of the entrance. Click on the entrance and choose option 1 to go in. And get ready to fight General Grardor. So once again, it is easier than in the God Wars dungeon. Just attack and keep an eye out for his specials. So when he shouts Grardor protect, he's going to reflect damage back to you, so stop attacking him. When he shouts Grardor mad, he's going to charge at you, so just move out of the way. And if he says Grardor smash, there will be some falling debris, you just need to move out the way. So basically, every time he speaks, if you just move out the way, then you should be fine. So keep attacking him, and when his health is down, then we can go out and get ready for the next fight. Once the fight is over, head out through the door where we came in. And there'll be another little cutscene, and next we need to go fight Zamoragal. So you need to go through the door guarded by Krez, which is right next to the one we just came out of. The northernmost door, and choose option 1, yes. And be ready to fight Zamoragal. So protect from magic is best here. Start by killing the 2 dark portals, the 2 purple portals. And then if any decaying portals appear, just make sure you stay away from them, so they'll drain your health. Once the 2 dark portals are gone, then attack him directly and get his health down to 70%. When it gets down to 70%, 4 more of the purple dark portals will appear, so kill them. Once you've destroyed the 4 dark portals, if there are any of the pink decaying portals around, you can destroy them as well. It will lower his defense a little bit. And then keep attacking him till you defeat him. If you're struggling, just destroy the pink decaying portals to lower his defense. Should make it a little bit easier. But for higher level combat, you might not need to do this. Once he's defeated, we're going to head back through the doorway where we came in and get ready for the next fight. You can bank between fights, so if you've used a lot of your food and potions during these fights, you can bank and then come back in for the next one. So next we need to head to the room guarded by death. So run to the south It's the northernmost out of the two southern doors. Head in and get ready to face Krill. Choose option 1, yes, to go in. And once again, like the others, it is easier than it is in the God Wars dungeon. So attack Krill. He has 3 specials you need to watch out for. And for each one, you just need to move out the way. So if he says you cannot stand against Zamarakian might, spikes will appear under you, just have to move away from them. If he shouts run coward, he will charge forward, again just move out the way. And if he shouts Guthix will die in the name of Zamorak, you just need to keep moving away from him. So constantly move out the way until he stops charging. So eat when needed. Get his health down to 0 and then head back out the door we came in when you've finished the fight. So once it's done, head back out the door. Once again, you can bank if needed. Just make sure you exit the room before you bank. Don't teleport out. And then we can enter the final door all the way to the south. And be ready to fight in Accra. So protect from magic works best here. And throughout the fight, she will steal your health to heal herself. So the lower your health is, the less she will heal. So if you can keep your health down a little bit lower, it does make the fight a bit easier and make it a little bit quicker. When she's healing from you, you can hide behind objects to stop the healing, to stop her from taking your health. But if you don't need to and you can tank the damage, then just do that and get through the fight as quick as possible. Occasionally she will tackle you and give you a stun. You can use freedom to stop that. And then just keep attacking her until her health goes down to 0. Once the fight's over, head out of the room, once again using the door we came in. And there will be a big fight going on out in the main room. So now we need to protect Juno. So start by talking to Krez. Who is in the center. Go through the chat. And then speak to Juno, who's behind the fence. Now we have to defend Juno for 2 minutes. So any of these spiritual enemies that come up to the fence, just kill them. Focus completely on the ones at the fence first, and then any others that appear after. If you hit them and get them to attack you, they will not focus on the fence. So any that are attacking the fence, just try and get their attention first and get them on you will make it a little bit easier. So there are 3 portals they're coming out of, so back and 2 a little bit and make sure you get as many of them as possible. And the fight will last 2 minutes. You will have a time bar at the top and Juno's health. So just keep Juno's health up as high as possible. And you should be able to get through this section pretty easily. So once the time bar is full, you will get a cutscene. Now you can skip through the cutscene or read it. I am going to skip through it. So if you do want to watch the cutscene, then just pause the video for a minute and press play again once it's over. Once you've got control, you need to speak to Azandra in the middle and choose any option. So just keep going through the chat, and then before the next section I would suggest banking. There is no combat, but there is a chance to die. So I would suggest going to the bank and depositing all your armour and weapons and just bring a little bit of food, and when you come back, come in here and head through the shattered door to the east. Then when you go through the shattered door, you will end up in the next section. So from here, you need to run through the chamber, try and avoid the fireballs as much as possible. They do hit quite a lot, so just try and avoid them. If you can get in front of one, that would be great. If you get stuck by the icicles, just break them and keep running. Eat if you need to. and there will be a cutscene when you get to the end. So pause and go through the cutscene if you want, or press escape. Go through the chat and Guthix will ask you to come and speak to him. So go down the steps. And walk over to Guthix. When you get close, he'll start speaking to you. Go through his chat. And then he will teleport you. So you just need to walk round the islands, speaking to Guthix along the way. So as he disappears, you can see where he goes on the minimap. So just follow it to his next location, speak to him again and go through the chat. If there are any options, there are no specific answers, so it's up to you which ones you choose. And just keep following around and talking to him as he moves through the islands. Once you've been through all of his chat, he will lie down. The screen will go black and you'll end up back where we started. And the other guardians will be near you. Go through the chat with Juno and Death and Azandra and the rest. Choose any options you want. And there'll be another cutscene. So you can either pause and watch the cutscene or press escape once again. And Saradomin will be stood right in the centre. So speak to him first. Choose any options you want. When you're finished speaking to him, then you'll need to speak to Juno. There should be two options to go through with Saradomin first. Once he's teleported away, speak to Juno. And then go through the chat. And there we have quest complete. So, you do get quite a lot for this, so we'll go through it one at a time. So we start with 3 quest points and you will get some lamps that requires levels. If you haven't got the level to use these, then you can destroy them and get them back from the High Druid later. So we started a pale lamp that gives 250,000 prayer XP that requires level 80 prayer. A glossy lamp that gives 110,000 Slayer XP that requires level 70 Slayer. 3 ancient lamps that gives 100,000 XP in 3 different skills that need to be at or above level 75. You get 3 static lamps which give 50,000 combat XP in each of any combat skill at or above level 65. You get Juno's gift, Azandra's gift or Ziliana's gift. You can exchange these if you get one you don't want. You get access to Guthix's cave, where you can offer chronicle fragments for divination XP, access to the memory of Naragon using the fairy rings, which is where we were speaking to Guthix earlier. You unlock 5 new ultimate combat abilities, which is Balanced Strike for attack, Death Swiftness for range, Sunshine for magic, Natural Instinct for defense, and Guthix Blessing for constitution, as well as 2 treasure hunter keys, and that is the quest complete. There are some additional rewards which aren't listed on the complete quest list, so I will post them on screen in a minute. So you can go through them one at a time, and some of them give some extra XP. But for now, that is quest complete, so well done, and thank you guys for watching.